So I've gotten the unfair distinction of being a Jalen Hurts hater. I don't feel like it's that way, but today you guys might think that I am again because I want to talk about what Jalen Hurts has to do to take this team to the next level. So let's get into it.
You want Philly?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. So today we're going to talk about Jalen Hurts. We're going to talk about what Jalen Hurts has to do in order to take this team to the next level, in order for him to be the starter next year. We've kind of ignored the conversation for a little while just because there's so many players around him, and realistically this is his year. This is it for him, and we all know that. So I'm going to tell you what I want to see, but before we get into that, be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, join the family. We are on the road to 4K, and gas is getting expensive, so join the ride. But let's get right into it, man. So look, Jalen Hurts has had a pretty good training camp, right? And I'm recording this today. This is Monday. He had another good training camp, so I'm excited about that. Or excuse me, it's Tuesday, so I'm excited about that. But at the end of the day, he's been up and down. There's been things that we need to see, improve. Obviously, after a first very, very good preseason game, everybody's high on Jalen Hurts. And I was asked yesterday on Best of Enemies with my guy, Big Game James, what I thought of Jalen Hurts. And I'll say it again. I'll repeat it here for anybody that didn't watch that. I'm excited to see what Jalen Hurts is going to be able to do this year. We've said that, he has to improve. We've said that there are certain things that we're watching for, whether it be, his mobility inside the pocket, not so much getting outside the pocket, taking that time within the pocket to, kind of read everything and, going on that reading and being able to read to your second, third option. These are things that we keep on hearing he's, working on in the off season. I'm going to start with the positives because realistically, he has already done some things with this Philadelphia Eagles team that kind of put him as our starter. Like, I think that he's already kind of cemented himself as our leader. I think that this team, obviously bringing A.J. Brown along, who's one of his best friends, even brings that further, right? But I feel like if you ask anybody on this offense, they trust, Jalen Hurts. And if you ask anybody on this defense, they trust Jalen Hurts. They think that this kid can lead us somewhere. And that's 70% of the battle. I'm not even gonna say that's half of the battle. That is such an important part of all of this, getting people to buy in. We had a quarterback, I'm not gonna say Carson Wentz's name. We had a quarterback that obviously had talent, but he couldn't get people to buy in. So when things were going wrong, they just gave up on him. And I'm not, blaming any players or anything like that, but you could tell the organization and the players around him just didn't believe in him. They didn't want to go to war with him. Jalen Hurts is a guy that I think is the polar opposite of that. He's going to be the guy that they are going to fight for. They are going to try and make that extra play so that Jalen Hurts doesn't have to. If it comes down to our defense being on the field to end the game, I believe that they are going to try everything in their power to make it a win for Jalen Hurts. And you listen to how they speak, right? And I love the just how everybody's on the same tune. Like, I feel like everybody's saying the same thing. No one wants to take credit. No one wants to say, did you see what I did? They want to see we're building something here. That's what they want to say. And that's what they want to us to see. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you look at a Jordan Davis and how he was talking about the, offensive line and saying, I didn't like that the highlight came out because he's got the best of it. That shows that we are a team. And that starts at the top, obviously. You can say the coaching staff, but as players, the top is kind of your quarterback. The top is that guy that you look at and say, he's bringing us to war every Sunday. I can't stress enough how important that realistically is. And I've said this last year, Jalen Hurts has a very rare and elite trait. Right? He's top 2, and I don't think he's 2, but I guess that's, up for debate on itself. But he's top 2 as a running quarterback in this league. And he does it in a way that he makes everybody around him as running backs better. You can obviously look at that offensive line. He makes them look better, even so. So, he's a guy that can obviously get out of the pocket, and that's an elite trait, and that's a good thing. Build off of that. Utilize your legs when everything else breaks down. Knowing that you have that in your back pocket, and I think that now going into his third year, he'll be able to kind of say, I have an extra half a second. I have an extra second. Let me calm down for a second, not run. And I think that comes with time. So we saw in the preseason game that there were some there was maybe one instance, realistically, there was maybe one instance that I looked and was like, he probably could have, stepped up in the pocket, delivered the ball, and moved on. But at the end of the day, I believe that one instance went for a first down anyway. So I'm not going to sit here and nitpick, especially the preseason game, but I do want to say he does have to continuously get better at that. We have seen improvement over this training camp and this offseason, so that's one thing that's going to go towards him being our quarterback for the future. Because if he's here next year, he's most likely going to be here for the next 10 years. That's kind of how I look at it. I think that this organization is looking for somebody and giving him the opportunity to prove that he's that somebody that can lead this franchise into the next decade. So I think that that's something that we want to see. I think that's something that obviously the training staff, the coaches, they want to see him improve upon. And another thing I want to see him improve upon is just being able to read the play prior to it happening. There's we talk a lot about his arm. I don't really talk about a lot about his arm unless I'm bringing up this point, which is that he doesn't have a noodle arm. He doesn't have a weak arm. It's the anticipation. It's him seeing the field, him seeing the full field, him seeing the full play prior to the snap, and even during the game, even during the play, when you're, bullets are flying, you have 3 seconds out there. It's not easy. We see a lot of top tier quarterbacks make it look easy. It is not easy, but I need to see Jalen Hurts improve. Every year he has improved steadily. It may have not been the biggest jump from one year to the next, but you can see an improvement throughout his career in the NFL and through college. So I want to see him improve, and I feel like if he can take care of those two things, we're looking at a quarterback for the next 10 years. I realistically feel like that. If you can take care of those two things, if you can just read the plays before, read the defense before the play happens, be able to anticipate where guys are going to be open, that's huge. I've said this before and I'll say this again. If he gets to the level of Jimmy G as a thrower, and that's not a knock on him. I think people hear stuff like that and they're like, oh, he's not that great. Jimmy G can make almost every throw in the NFL, and he can read the defense to a level that he can move his offense as a thrower. Now, he doesn't have the athletic ability that Jalen Hurts has. He doesn't have that dog in him like I feel Jalen Hurts has, that he's going to make a play happen no matter what when he needs to, but he can throw the ball at a very high level. If you can get there as Jalen Hurts, we have something very scary. There's no way that you're telling me people in the NFL, defenses mainly, right? Defensive coordinators aren't going to be tossing and turning every night thinking we have to stop him as a runner, but we also have to stop him as a thrower. That is the biggest thing. That is what we did not see last year. He did not win us games with his arm. I just want to be able to, and I don't need him to win us 10 games with his arm. I don't need him to win 11, 9, 5. I need him to just do it when it matters. When we need you, when we need that one last drive, I need to see you be able to go out there, put it in your hands, put it in your arm, get it to your wide receivers and make things happen. I will say this right now. I do not think that Shane Steichen's offense is going to be the most, I don't want to say unique, but the most complicated, I think is a better way of saying it. I don't think it's going to be the most complicated things for Jalen Hurts to understand. Obviously, going into his second year, they probably will add a couple more things, but I think it's going to be a lot of stuff right in front of him. We saw that in the preseason game, a lot of crossing routes, a lot of stuff over the middle, getting him comfortable, staying in that pocket. One thing I will say, and this is kind of going off of the training camp, practice today, we need to fix this red zone issue, and if that means that we just need to be the guys that run the ball every single down in the red zone, then so be it. But today they did have the red zone, practices. They had 11 on 11s in the red zone, and I believe we only had one completion, which was for a touchdown, obviously, and that was the first play. The rest, I believe they did 6 reps. The other 5, we did nothing. We got an incomplete pass, a sack, and it just didn't look good. So I need to see us improve upon there, but I feel like that's a team thing. I feel like that's a scheme thing. That's, the coaches have to put his players in the best, possible situation. So there's a lot of things there's not a lot of things that I need to see him improve upon, but there's 2 or 3 main things, right? I'm going to say the red zone, look, I'm not going to put it all on him with the red zone. That is, to me, like I said, coaching, and that is, game planning and getting your players right, but it is partly him as well. You need to lead your team in the red zone. We had issues last year in the red zone. I want to see that improve. The other one is anticipation. I need to see you anticipate these throws. I need to trust you when everyone knows you're going to throw the ball. right? When everyone knows it's 3rd and 10, they're going to have to throw this ball. What are you going to do, Jalen Hurts? I want to feel comfortable saying Jalen can figure something out. He's going to find something. He's going to make it happen. And realistically, I mean, that's it, really. Like, there's not much. I don't think he has to be Russell Wilson this year. I don't think he has to be Tom Brady this year. He doesn't have to be in a crazy leap. I don't even think he has to take that leap that Josh Allen did. Josh Allen went from being a rookie that struggled to a top 3, top 5 quarterback, depending on who you ask. I'm not looking for that out of Jalen Hurts. You just need to be the guy that keeps this train moving. Keep this train rolling, and you will most likely have this job. I don't think that that's crazy to say. The Eagles are in a great position to continuously build this roster, right? We have the draft picks. We have the money coming up. We have a quarterback that's not most likely going to demand top tier money, but he's going to be able to get the job done for us. So I want to see Jalen Hurts succeed, because realistically that makes it easier for the Eagles. And I want to see the Eagles build a dynasty. If, you know, Michael Irvin said on Jacob Media that he felt like the Eagles were building a dynasty. The best way to keep this dynasty going is to have the guy already in place that you want at quarterback. So is Jalen Hurts that guy? I don't know. I don't know if Jalen Hurts is going to be that guy, but I do believe that he will get better this year. And I do believe that getting better, that improvement that we see this year, if it is honed in on his passing skills, if it is just he's a better passer, I don't need you to get better as a runner. We all know what you can do as a runner. If you are just a better passer, a more consistent passer, more consistent at being able to read the field and all that, it is going to be scary. It is going to be very scary. If he's top 15 in passing, we already know what he can do as a runner. If he's top 15 in passing along with that, how are you going to stop these guys? Who are you going to want to stop? Do you want to stop Jalen? Do you want to stop A.J. Brown? Do you want to stop our running game? Do you want to stop Dallas Guy? Like, he's just another piece to this puzzle. So I made this video knowing that in my heart of hearts, us being great isn't fully hinged on Jalen Hurts. So some people might look at Jalen and say he's got a lot of pressure on him. I don't really think he does. I think he has an open window to improve, and I think he will. But you guys let me know what you're thinking. Do you think Jalen Hurts will improve? Do you think he's going to be that guy for the next 10 years? That's the main question that Howie and company have to answer. So answer it in the comments. But other than that, y'all know what it is, man. It is fly. Eagles, fly. And we are out here. Peace!
Everywhere. This is for you.
Fly, Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean.